Hi, this is Kevin. My family and I own a craft barbecue joint in Canton, Georgia. We do barbecue our way while paying homage to our past generations. We look forward to sharing our recipes, stories, tips, and tricks from our journey. Together, we are 441 South. And this is Barbecue the Hard Way. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today is their most requested video so far, ribs. So let's get into it. Perfect. All right, guys, so you know we're doing ribs today. My preferred rib is a St. Louis cut rib. I do like baby backs, but St. Louis seem to be more meatier, leaner, in my opinion. Not the full-on spares, but the St. Louis, you get more meat. Easier to trim, I think. You don't have to worry about that little loin strip across the top drying out too much. They're just a very forgiving rib, and they're delicious. So got these two beautiful racks here. We're gonna get them trimmed up, and get them on the pit, and we'll show you our process from start to finish. Don't forget, recipes for all the rubs, glazes, everything we do today is going to be in the comments below. So let's get started. All right, guys, so the first thing we want to do is, you see it's got that huge piece of flat meat in the back. We're going to take that off. In the restaurant, we normally save this for sausage or trimmings to do other things with. All right, we got that off. See, you got this singular bone down here. We're going to square it up, take that off. Maybe cut that little sticker off right there. Gonna pull these membranes. So what works the best for pulling membranes is your wife's really good kitchen towels. I don't have any of hers down here, but I highly recommend using those. They're very appreciative of it when you do that, especially getting all the pork all over them and stuff like that. But yep, that's what works the best. So as you can see, they come off pretty easy. A lot of people just score them. They don't pull them. I don't know why. Pulling them is just as quick as scoring them, in my opinion. So we got that one ready. And if you look, we got lucky. This one doesn't even have a membrane on it. So we're just gonna trim. Trim that little flap off. If you look, there's a huge bone right there, right on the end right there. I'm gonna take that off. And heck, while I'm at it, I'm just gonna cut that last bone off because it's gonna be short anyway. I'm not about presentation. Well, I am about presentation, but when I'm just feeding my family, like, as you can see, this one's pretty trim. It's got some thin over here. I'll square that up a little bit right there. Take some of that off right there. Then over here, you've got this loin piece right here, and you want to take it off. So what's going to happen during the cooking process is, you see there's a layer of meat, fat, and then meat. So that fat's going to render. That piece right there is just going to fall off. You can leave it on. It doesn't matter. I always take them off. I take them off at the restaurant, so I usually cook the same way here as I do at the restaurant. So we got that one ready. Look at this. This one's got a pretty good size one on there too. We'll just go ahead and trim it off. And it's got that big honking bone on there again. So I'm just gonna do it this way. I'm just gonna take that whole thing off. So we're ready. We're ready. Ready to get them seasoned up. So as a binder today, I always recommend using a binder. Binder today, I got a good friend of mine, Cam. Cam started making this hot sauce. It's called Southern Singe. It'll be out soon for everybody to try, but I'm just gonna put a little bit of it on there. And it's not overly hot. It's just got a good flavor to it. So we're just gonna use that as our binder today. Normally at the restaurant, we use mustard and Worcestershire. 2 parts mustard, 1 part Worcestershire sauce. But today I just was feeling a little festive. Square up this rib. I thought I got that earlier. Guess I didn't. There we go. Like I said, our recipe for the rubs is going to be below. This is the same exact rib rub recipe we use in the restaurant, so you don't want to miss out. And yes, it says Game Changer on it. Little secret, that is our Game Changer rub, or very close to it. I've changed a few things, and from what I used to sell to what I use in the restaurant, but not a heavy coat on there. We'll go heavy on this side though. All right, so pit's rocking a little over 200. I like to throw them on when it's at low temp. Let it go a little lower for a few hours. So let's get these ribs on and get going. I always put the fattier end towards the firebox, and I'm gonna let this thing go. It's gonna roll around 225 for an hour or two, and then we're just gonna start building the heat up in it and finish about 250, 275 on them. So we'll be back and check on them in just a minute. All right, so we're gonna make a glaze for our ribs. All right, so we got it going over medium heat. We're gonna run it till it just almost starts to boil, till it dissolves all that sugar. Molasses get incorporated into it well. All right, so we've got the ribs going. We're gonna jump in and get our baked beans going. So I have let some Great Northern beans soak overnight, and I use a brine. I don't necessarily soak them in water. I add salt to mine. The recipe will be below, but I add a little salt to my soaking, so I don't have to add as much or add any when I cook during the cooking process. At the restaurant, we go with brisket normally, but at the house, I love breakfast sausage. I love a little hot, a little mild mixed together. That's Swaggerty's. You can't beat it if it's store-bought. Normally I make my own, but video purposes, I didn't have time and all. So get the sausage browned up. We're going to dice up half an onion. Half's going to go into our northern beans in the pressure cooker to cook, and the other half's going to be diced up and caramelized out with, sauteed out with our bell pepper after the sausage is done. And hey, don't make fun of my knife skills. Like I said, I have a very low vision, so still able to do a lot, but just not as well as I used to be able to. All right, so we've got our pan hot. Gonna throw a couple of ham hocks in. Get our onions in, get them sauteed up with our hocks, just to release some of that flavor before we put the beans in there. Like I said, we're gonna dice up a bell pepper, onion, all of that to go in for our beans. We're gonna saute that up after we pull the sausage out of the pan. Use the fat from the sausage to cook these up. All right, so while everything's sauteing up, these ribs have been on for about 4 hours. We're going to throw a little of our rib glaze down. We're putting those ribs, wrapping those ribs up, meat side down onto the foil. Wrap them pretty tight. You don't want it loose. They're beautiful. Look at that color. All right, so we got the beans cooked. So in the pot, in this bowl, I have 2 cups of ketchup, 2 cups of brown sugar, a cup of mustard, a half cup of molasses. I'm gonna go in with probably a cup and a half of barbecue sauce. A little salt and pepper is already in there. And this is a good base. You can add to it as much as you want. You can put a little cumin in it. You can put a little chili powder in it. Just a great base for baked beans. We cook those Great Northern. All right, so we're getting the ribs off. They've been on for, we wrapped them. They've been on for a couple more hours. They got beautiful color on them. I'm gonna make a little boat out of them. I'm gonna flip them over. They're very, very tender right now. I don't want to break them, so they'll tighten back up once you let them rest. But they're very tender right now. I'm just gonna put a little light coat of our rib glaze on top, rub it in. Make sure they're coated good. Back on the smoker for just a little bit longer. Let that glaze set. Yeah, use your hand. Ain't no need dirtying a brush up, especially if you got gloves on. All right, guys, so they've been going for about 4 hours. I wrapped them for about another 2 hours. I just unwrapped them, left them in their little boats, glazed them with a little extra sauce, a little extra rib glaze. Recipes down below. And I'm gonna put them back on here for about another 30, 45 minutes. I got the beans on. They're rolling. They're gonna roll for a couple hours like that. And then we're gonna let the ribs rest. We're gonna eat dinner. Y'all stay tuned. All right, guys, so they've been on for probably about close to 6 hours or so. And we've glazed them. We showed you how to make the glaze, wrapped them, unwrapped them, put a little more glaze on them, and just finished them out. And a lot of people are going to ask, hey Kev, when do you know that they're done? Well, I like to do a couple of different methods. One is I take my meat thermometer and I stick it in, and kind of like a toothpick test, look for no resistance. The easiest way to tell is when they're on the smoker, just pick them up. If they get that sag like it's got right there, then they're done. If it comes out and it's kind of still stiff like that, they're not done yet. So that's a good tender test, but if you can see, they're both just floppy. So they're done. I'm gonna flip them over. I always flip mine over to cut them up, but I'm gonna flip them over, cut them up. We're gonna plate them up and get that bite. So give me 1 second. So, we've been through it all. Showed you how to season your ribs, prep your ribs, smoke them, glaze them, wrap them. Showed you how to make our scratch-made baked beans. And there's nothing left to do but taste them. So, had to bring the official taste tester out here, the boss. So,
got my spoon?
Got your spoon. What's your favorite thing to eat?
Like here or in general?
I mean, out of this plate, what's your favorite thing to eat?
The baked beans?
Yep. She eats baked beans every day. So yeah. So dig in, Max.
Awesome. And look, you even used Tracy's.
I did use Tracy's.
I love it.
Dish. It's a little bean. It looks like a little bean pot.
I use it for ice cream.
Ice cream? We don't even have ice cream.
Sometimes we do.
Uh-huh.
They're real good. Hey, do you want to use my spoon?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Very good.
So at the restaurant, we use leftover brisket if we ever have any, or we grind up brisket. At home, I love to use breakfast sausage. Guys, make it your own. Use breakfast sausage, leftover ribs, brisket, whatever you want to use, throw it in there. Add some flavor to it.
Why you use my spoon? Oops.
Oh yeah.
I'm making a mess.
Those beans are money. Fall off the bone ribs.
Oh, good.
Oh, they fall off the bone?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not sure what that means in my world, but.
It means they just come right off. Look at that.
You just dig right in, don't you?
Oh yeah. Look, we can't let it go without the little groaner over here, the little pig we got, giving it a try. Come here, G. G.
One day I have to put it on camera.
How is it, baby?
Huh? Oh yeah, I could just pick her up, huh?
You could. Was it good?
Sure.
Was it good?
Come G. So everybody can see you. Come here. I'm her motor runner.
Look, we'll just have to do a taste test while she's up here.
Okay, I got her.
All right. All right, you ready?
Oh,
don't bite my fingers.
G approves.
I don't think there's much she doesn't approve of, but there you go. That's Miss G. Don't bite my fingers, G.
Okay, well.
All right, guys. So, comment below. Let us know what you want to see next. Thank you for watching. Thank y'all for all your subscriptions, all your support. Y'all come see us at the restaurant. We can't wait to see y'all. Can't wait till the next one. It's going to be amazing. So let me know what you think. Talk to y'all soon. Hey, what's up everybody? So, we've had a lot of requests for this. Stop. I gotta do the intro. We're gonna get ribs done. Fuck you. Hey, what's going on everybody? Hey, the most requested... Will you stop that and start it again?